course, and everybody watching from Arizona. This is a live look in San Francisco. It is raining out. It is foggy out. I wish they could bring some of that rain over here because we've got another week of no rain in the valley. We'll talk about your hot forecast coming up in just a few minutes. But first, it is back to school time, and a lot of kids are already back doing that remote learning. And this used to be such an exciting time for kiddos. You get your new teacher. Maybe you get to pick out a new outfit or two. You see all of your friends again. But as we know, it is not going to be like that this year, at least not yet. This morning, the author of this book, Chasing Success, joins us with a few ideas on how to get your kids past the stress of online learning. I think a lot of parents are all ears for this, so we want to welcome you to the show. Thanks so much for joining us this morning.
Good morning. Thanks for having me. I appreciate it.
So I have seen a lot of my mom's friends post online about the last couple of days because a lot of kids started that remote learning this week. And a lot of them are posting, they're frustrated. Their kids are kind of going through ups and downs. Their internet's working and then their internet's down. I mean, this is such a challenging time, and it's so hard because it's just so new, especially to start school from scratch online.
It is a challenging time that we're in, right? Obviously, but and as everyone knows, this is the year of 2020. That's just what we have to deal with. But, you know, one of the things I would recommend is with your children, make sure that you stay, you know, you got to have social interaction. And as they're navigating through this, let them vent out with their friends and their family. Because we as parents, sometimes we want to try and fix everything for them. And that may not be the best solution necessarily. Let them have that opportunity, just as we do with boys' night and guys' night and women with girls' nights. Let them have that opportunity with some social interaction with their kids, so they can actually have a conversation with them and say how frustrated they were and see the other people's frustrations as well.
I know another big thing you said is keep things in perspective. I mean, I'm asking myself this question, and nobody knows. We don't have a crystal ball. But what do you say when your child, you know, keeps asking you, when are things going to go back to normal, Mom? Or when are things going to go back to normal, Dad?
Yeah, well, you got to be honest with them and keep things in perspective and say you don't really honestly know, right? Nobody really knows what's going to happen. But the best thing you could do is be honest with them and tell them that, look, when it does, though, because you know that it's going to, you look into the future and you tell them you know it's going to, so that they have some sense of future vision of them getting back to some reality of what they're used to. So you want to talk to them and say, look, I don't know when it is, but when it does, it's going to help us, and we're going to be ready for any type of circumstance. But the other thing I would recommend as well is make sure you look and show your children the opportunities that have come along because of this pandemic, so to speak, so that they can see that they got to spend time at home, they got to do things, they get to be, you know, sleep in, so they can start seeing some of the benefits of this versus just all the negative drawbacks.
Definitely important to hear them out as well. But you said it is also equally probably as important to have some fun. I mean, even if that's just at home or in the backyard, you've got to incorporate some type of activity or just something to kind of get their minds off things.
Absolutely. And then this is a great opportunity, right? Like, how many parents want to go back and sometimes act like a kid? And this is a great opportunity for parents to go back and have an excuse to go be a kid with your kids. Instead of being the parent and always being, you know, telling them what to do, now you get a chance to go play with them. Go throw the baseball around. Go kick the soccer ball. You know, have a water gun fight. It seems like you guys are in a tremendous heat wave over there. Maybe a lot of water gun fights are necessary over there to cool everyone off. But have some fun with the kids, because you are now, as a parent, you're their friend, you're their social interaction, you're their friends at school. So all that's important.
And lastly, you say look to the future. And, you know, like you've said, you don't want to say, oh, everything's going to be back to normal in October or November or next year. You kind of want to avoid those phrases, but use things like when we go back in public again, when you go back to school, our next family trip, so they know this is not a forever thing.
Absolutely. That's exactly right. You know, plan out into the future and let them know that you're going to get back to some normalcy, but just don't give an exact timeline, because kids, as you know, will hold you to that timeline. But you said, Dad, or you said, Mom, it's wiser to be a little bit vague when you say those statements.
Well, we appreciate your advice this morning. Obviously, just good things to hear as kids start that remote learning from home. Thanks so much.
Well, thank you so much.